Now then, let us see if we can continue. We return with more Soulcalibur VI, Libra Soul. Time to move on. Our negotiation's finished. I accompanied Conway into his tavern, a bustling place where people offer their services and negotiated with potential customers. It was there I met a rather eccentric fellow. Not much further now, my shop is just over there. By shop I mean, well, it's more of a tavern than anything. As I mentioned, I'm what you call a middleman. I contact people who want something done with the people who can do it. You could say my merchandise is people. It was safe to say I didn't trust him. I bet he wanted to appraise potential merchandise when he asked for a bodyguard. It may not be a palace, but make yourself at home. Hey, old man. What do we have here? New blood? Indeed, and quite skilled. Yes, perhaps even more so than you, Mitsurugi. Oh, is that so? Hello there, stranger. My name is Heishiro Mitsurugi and I'm feeling bored. How about a friendly match? I can't say no to that. Now we fight against Mitsurugi. And yeah, I do apologize if I didn't upload another part. It's just that I haven't been putting much time into this game, I swear. Maybe because I was devoting my time to Starlink and I wanted to get it done, but can't make excuses now.
Battle 1. Fight! Let me see what you can do.
Sure. Wait, why is it 3 matches out of 5? I don't get it.
Battle 2. Fight!
All right. This I won't retreat. You'll pay.
You think that's gonna help? No, it doesn't. That did it.
I won't retreat. Repent. All right.
Well, that didn't work. No, not good. And that did it. We beat him. Didn't take us that long either. Not bad. We'll get along just fine. Yes. You really are skilled, aren't you? Mitsurugi here is my best warrior, and that's no lie. None of the fighters here are a match for me, so it was invigorating to spar with someone of your caliber for a change. Cyprian here has some business in Yanguang. Yanguang? What a coincidence, so do I. I saved enough coin here to continue, so I was thinking of catching a boat there to Japan. What good fortune. Let's head to Yanguang together. Always better to have some company on the road. Yes, it will be a shame to lose you, Mitsurugi. I'm going to have to rethink my plans. Thanks for all your help, Cyprian. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Don't forget about your promise to help Maxie. Of course. A merchant's word is his honor. And that is true.
Your soul surges in your body.
That was good. We leveled up to level 10. Across the seas to the east is an island country named Japan. Mitsurugi is what they call a samurai for most parts. I left my homeland to search for a legendary sword called Soul Edge. I am a warrior sworn to the sword. I wanted Soul Edge to help prove that a blade can be stronger than any Tanegashima. However, I never found it. Pah! A dog chasing his tail has more luck than I. What is Tanegashima anyway? That's our name for rivals in Japan. Even the lowliest of soldiers can become a force to reckon with if they have one. But the weapon isn't what makes a warrior a warrior. When I return home, I hope to prove this. I shall abandon my search and consider my journey valuable training. Many strong warriors exist throughout the realm. If I had stayed in Japan, I would never have known this. But I don't know if ships have been sailing from Yanguang. The old man says something peculiar is going on there, but he's not especially trustworthy, so why do you wish to head there? I told him the commotion in Yanguang was probably caused by the appearance of an astral fissure, and that I sought the power of the fissures. Astral fishes? Never heard of them still. Still, the direction we head isn't the same, so I shall join you. You have nothing to fear with me near. He gave a hearty laugh. The road ahead was long, but we were going to have to camp on the way. His company was welcome. That same nightmare. Again. Hey, wake up! You were screaming in your sleep. It was noisy, so I kicked you out and kicked you until you woke up. Everything okay? I explained to him that if I didn't absorb power from the astral fissures, I would die. Honestly, your whole tale is hard to swallow, but I can tell something's got you jumpy at least. Very well, tomorrow we hasten our pace. It had been longer than I realized since I had last absorbed the power of an astral fissure. I needed to get to one quickly. With a growing sense of urgency, I continued my journey. This journey's long. We stop off at a village along our way, hoping to find some info on Yanguang and gather supplies. Welcome, welcome. You do not look well at all, Cyprian. Eat heartily. Get some fire in your belly. Who knows what awaits us on the road ahead? A true warrior must be fully prepared to fight at all times. So in other words, I won't complain if you want to order a feast. We intend to go to Yanguang, but we heard things are rough there. Do you know anything? At the mention of Yanguang, the shopkeeper's smile slipped. I heard that things there are quite bad. A number of people were attacked, and when they caught the culprit, it turned out to be one of the townspeople gone mad. Soon more and more people began acting strangely. The killings resumed and the bodies began to pile up. That was when the panic started. You wouldn't think it now, but it used to be the most prosperous town in the area. Some of its residents have even fled here to our tiny hamlet. It was worse than I had expected. Was the astral fissure responsible? My fear for Howard's safety grew steadily stronger. I tried to reassure myself that he was capable of looking after himself. I heard the area around Yanguang is teeming with mad townsfolk who butcher anyone they can find. I say this for your own safety. Turn back! Your concern is appreciated, but my friend here has no intention of turning tail. Isn't that right? I nodded to Mitsurugi, but unease swelled in my stomach. The sharp pains in my head show no signs of letting up either. He has come, just as I expected. Because of the astral fissure, I assume? How should we respond? It is too soon to act. Stay your hand. He may be Aswell's creature, and you say we should merely stand by? You disapprove of my decision? Tracking Aswell is our priority. Besides, he seems to be heading to Yanguang. We can assess the threat there. Understood. Very well. Now we finally reach Yanguang. Another astral fissure in reach. Are you okay? You look terrible. Well, Yanguang isn't much farther. We can rest when we get there. What's that? Help. A man was running toward us from the direction of the town. He seemed to be terrified. He's gonna kill me. Help. I don't want to die. A dark figure appeared behind the man, moving with preternatural speed. In the blink of an eye, the figure mercilessly struck down the defenseless man. Yeah! Then he noticed us. Waves of fury and bloodlust sent a sickening chill down my spine. Without hesitation, I readied my weapon. And that's when I realized it was Howard. Something was very wrong. His eyes glowed like embers, and his face was twisted like a menacing snarl. Blood covered his tattered clothes, barely conceding bulging muscles, which looked more like those of a monster than a well-trained fighter. There was no trace of Haoran's calm demeanor and ready smile, but it was without a doubt him. You. His voice was a bestial growl. A mad grin broke across his face as he licked the blood from his weapon. He stared at me for a long moment, then turned and ran toward Yanguang. So that's one of the mad townsfolk, huh? Vicious. The man Haoran murdered lay still before me. I couldn't believe what I just seen. What's wrong? Still in shock, I explained everything to him. I see. As a friend, you wish to help him, right? That may not be possible. I have fought many a warrior in my time, so I can tell. He glorified in that kill. If he's that far gone, I doubt we'll be able to reason with him. He might be beyond our help. What had happened to Haoran? I thought back to what Sasalmo had told me. Many Malfested lose all sense of reason, become violent, and attack people. Astral fissures exude a massive amount of force that will either destroy anyone weak who dares approach it, or turn them into a Malfested. It was likely that Haoran had been transformed into a Malfested by the astral fissure in Yanguang. When I stood there lost in thought, a young man appeared and approached us. Excuse me, do you know my brother by any chance? He must have been talking about Haoran. Looking closer, I saw that the young man had the look of a martial artist did. My name is Haoyu. That murderer, Haoran, he's my brother. Haoyu knew dealt now next to the corpse of the man from town. He's become something terrible. After a silent prayer, Haoyu slowly stood up. Yanguang is fraught with danger. Come with me. I tried, but I could not stop Haoran, so I have a favor I need to ask of you. Judging by his stride, Haoyu was injured. Nevertheless, he appeared filled with determination. We needed to do this. Please forgive me for interrupting your journey. I asked him what happened. After my brother returned from his journey, how can I explain it? It all began when he volunteered to inspect an unusual rift that appeared. Apparently, he'd seen something similar on his travels. That was where everything started to go wrong. With each passing day, my brother began acting stranger and stranger. He started to speak crudely and grow needlessly violent. Then one day, he just left. We trained together all the time, but I was too scared to do anything at first. After that, well, you saw it for yourself. Soon many others became like Haoran and they began slaughtering each other. However, none could match my brother's martial prowess. I never thought I'd see his training used for such evil. For a short while, we all fell silent. Then Haoyu looked at me, his eyes filled with determination. I practically worshipped my brother. He was always so noble, kind, and strong. He would help anybody who needed it without hesitation. That's why I wish to stop him now. I beg you, kill him, end his suffering. Haoyu's injuries was no doubt affecting his ability to fight, but his will remained strong. Can he be saved? I searched hard for another way, be it through medicine, magic, anything. But every road led to failure, nothing I could do helped. Yun and Nangguan, who suffered the same fate as my brother, could be brought back either. His expression was filled with pain, but his grim acceptance of the situation only served to emphasize the strength of his resolve. There may still be a way. In Lingshensu, where my brother and I studied, people spoke of an legendary old man who may know how to resist the evil. But the stories about him were always vague, and besides, it would take many a day simply to reach the temple. You sure you want me to do this? None of this is easy for me. However, if nothing is done, Yanguang will become a ghost town, and my brother's sins are already too many. If he were in my position, he'd do the same thing. Haoyu's voice trembled slightly when he spoke. Thank you again for agreeing to help. It must be fate for an acquaintance of my brother to show up during these dark times. For eyes so young, they're filled with exceptional resolve. I knew that I too would have to prepare myself for what lay ahead. You and me both. Now we fight. Haoyu had made up his mind. Now it was my turn. He had fallen victim in malfestation, and I had to decide what to do. He led us into the forest where he said where we find Haoran. Here, this is where my brother and I used to train. The forest was eerily quiet. However, I could feel unfriendly eyes following our every move. You came. He stepped out from the shadows. Draw your weapon. I thirst for blood. He breathed erratically like a possessed beast, and his eyes were filled with an insatiable bloodlust. He was ready to attack at any moment. Alright, stop all of us already, please. How are you? Give it up. You cannot stop me. I was both shocked and sad to see what Howard had become. I asked him how a warrior like him could lose control like this, and he froze. I may have looked like a decent human being, but I always knew that was not so. A dark shadow dwelled in my heart. I wanted to become like this, to crave the sight of blood, to know the ecstasy of tearing into flesh. These were the ravings of a madman. I trained my body and mind to keep the darkness within from escaping. But the stronger I became, the stronger the conflict within me grew. Why did I seek strength? Why? Why? I knew why. Howran. He readied his weapon and let out a terrifying howl. Do you think yourself a true warrior? Then prove it. Show me the darkness that lurks inside you. I'll be more than happy to show you, my friend.
Battle 1. Fight.
I have reduced health, but my opponent is stronger. Really?
Too simple.
This had to be done. Oh no, I got wiped. That's the reduced health, huh? Got lucky.
Final battle. Fight.
On my honor. Be gone.
This has to be done.
Farewell. Need help? I won't retreat.
And finally beat him. Nice. Didn't take us that long either. But it has to be done. He laid on the floor, defeated. My head throbbed and the world spun. I wasn't sure if it was because of the adrenaline or the influence of the astral chaos. But I had to decide what to do about him. No, I have to show mercy. With a sharp rap to the head, I knocked him out. Howran. Despite everything, I couldn't bring myself to take his life. Cyprian. As long as there was hope, I had to try and save him. Carrying the unconscious Howran, we made our way to his retreat. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad. More exposition. The road to Lingshen Su is long. We should prepare well. This fool could go wild again at any moment. Perhaps we should tie him up. How will you help me prepare for the journey ahead? Even Mitsurugi did his part. I left the retreat to find horses. My head throbbed with pain. I thought about Yang Guang. Heading to Lingshen Su meant giving up on the astral fissure. Suddenly I heard a voice behind me. What do you intend to do with the outsider? A man dressed in black was standing while striking distance. I hadn't even noticed him approach. I have no idea what you're talking about. You could easily be playing dumb, but I have no way of being sure. Let us make a deal. I have medicine that will temporarily suppress the evil gnawing at the heart of the outsider. It is yours, if you agree to meet me at a place of my choosing after you finish your task. Can he be saved? The medicine will only suppress it temporarily. It cannot restore this outsider to what he once was. When you have done what you must do, head west to Koraina. You'll find a ruined castle. What you seek lies there. Oh, and come along. Do you not understand that you are one but many who seek it? Make haste. With those last words, he simply vanished. We can now employ the services of the recruitment agency, and we got mercenaries we can hire for gold. Interesting. Mercenaries are NPCs that can help you. A contracted mercenary will fight in the place of the player for one mission. Before starting a mission, press the options button to select the character you wish to use. The mercenary will fight, and if they win, you beat it, but if you lose, you have to fight as normal. You can supply mercenary with weapons and food. This lets you put weapons that they don't match your style to good use. Interesting. This may prove to be very good. And we're still at Chapter 2. Time to move on. Preparations complete. All that was left to do was depart. He was silent. The medicine had put him into some sort of deep slumber. Hey Cyprian, did how you tell you in the news? According to Mitsurugi, the chaos in Yangguang had abated. I'll be staying in Yangguang. A ship should leave for Japan eventually. It seemed this was where Mitsurugi and I would part ways. I want to go with you, but with this injury, please help my brother. How you saw us off as we left for Lingshen Su. So long, Cyprian. Until we meet again. Safe journey, and take care. Thus, now we continue on. I headed towards Lingshen Su with this comatose Howard in tow, but ran into a group of soldiers on the road. Given my situation, the last thing I needed was any trouble, but that's what I got. Hey, stop there! You came from Yangguang, right? Everyone leaving Yangguang must submit through a thorough investigation. What's that you have there? Show me at once! Before I had a chance to protest it, he ripped open the cloth, revealing Howard. What the? Master Howard? What did you do to them? You'll pay for this! Seize him! Jerks. What more do you want? Fine, if he wants a fight, I'll gladly give it to him. He's already wasted my time as it is. Game on, punk.
Battle 1. Fight.
Really? I have reduced health and this guy gets increased defense? Try this on for size. Even with all that, that's not gonna stop me.
Battle 2. Fight.
All right. Good. All right. This is it. All right. You. All right. This will hurt. I won't retreat.
Now let's do this. Yeah, there you go. Get wrecked. This is gonna turn out to be a bloody joke. Damn you. You're too strong. In an attempt to calm the guy, I told him I was a friend of Haoyu's. I explained what happened to Haoran and what I was hoping to do. So he's not dead? It's all so hard to believe. But you're right. He has a pulse. Master Haoran taught me martial arts. Haoyu's a friend too. He went quiet for a while but nodded slightly and put away his sword. Okay, I believe you. You can go. Master Haoran's fate is in your hands. That is a relief. Yeah, this is actually getting long. According to Haoyu, Ling Shensu is nearby. However, neither it or any monks were to be seen. Without warning, the pain in my head grew almost unbearable. Are you okay? It was an old white-haired man. This is not good. Stay still. Om Bajaruske Sabara. Does that feel a little better? How the old man was able to ease my pain, I don't know, but I thanked him profusely. On second glance, this was no ordinary old man. He had piercing blue eyes and appeared in peak physical condition. From his bearing, he was a powerful warrior. I recall what Haoyu had said about a legendary martial arts master who taught at Ling Shangsu. Apparently, the master only left his meditations to pass on his knowledge. The man standing before me fit Haoyu's description. He had to be the one I sought. Hastily, I told him everything. What Haoyu had told me, how Haoran had become a malfested, and about the medicine I received from the man in black. I see. As he listened to my story, his expression grew serious. Follow me. Now it leads us here, the burden of fate. My journey led me to a temple constructed in a cave deep in the mountains, where an elderly man had a request for me. Well, I'll give it a shot. The man led me to a beautiful temple deep in the mountains, surrounded by clear, bubbling streams. Not a person was in sight. We entered a comfortable, if sparse, stone room, and the man took his ease. Is there anything you would like to ask me? His condition. It appears that the evil has not consumed him completely yet. I may be able to help you restore him, however, it is he who must cast off the darkness that has inflicted him. Only if his heart is strong enough can he be saved. It appears to be an ancient medicine from Western Europe. It could only have been made with knowledge long thought lost. Likely, only those who have inherited a long history and great purpose still possess the skill and knowledge to craft it. You are special. A great power sleeps within you. You have been swept up in a grand destiny, and where it will take you is uncertain. There is a young man here who has a similar fate. I would like you to spar with him. Confused though I was, I saw no reason to refuse his request. He had agreed to help save Haoran, so I happily accepted. Kilik, your next opponent awaits. Wait, is that old man really Edge Master? Who's this? Fight, and perhaps the answer will become clear. As you wish, Master. That guy was Edge Master! It really is Edge Master. Who'd have thunk?
Battle 1. Fight!
Level 18 Kilik.
For indulging me with this one. Stay simple. All right. This.
Maybe a button masher, but that's the point. Oh, come on, I lost to this guy? Seriously?
Battle 2. Fight.
You! To victory! I'm ready! Stay down! You!
Gotta improvise. Yeah, that got him.
Battle 3. Fight.
I'm ready! No match!
Dang, a break attack.
All right. This will stay down. All right. On my honor. Got it. You. I won't retreat.
That did it. And this guy's 8 levels below.
Feel my spirit surging.
Fight.
True fight is all about.
And it does. Too bad you get drenched in the ocean. That's a shame. So, did you learn something? Yes, I saw. Equilibrium. Barely maintained between self and darkness. I see. Then the time has almost come. Master? Do not concern yourself. Well, off with you. You have yet to finish your daily training. Yes, Master. Kilik bowed and left. The sun had set, but it appeared he still had training.
Your soul surges in your body.
Nice, level 11. Problems to be faced. Returning to the temple, I asked the old man if I had been of help. When the time comes, all will be clear. Howard showed no sign of waking. I had no choice but to leave him with the old man, though I wasn't sure if he could help. He seems to have been a devoted martial artist. His body is strong, so I expect he will wake up in good time. I remember that Howard said he had trained in order to gain control of himself. Those faced with evil must face themselves. Howard knew he had darkness in his heart. Could he live with his sins? The only one with the answer to that was Howard. It was no doubt to be a difficult question to face. You two will have to answer sooner or later. Startled, I looked at him. He stared at me intensely, his eyes filled with wisdom and sadness. It was as though there was nothing he didn't know. Before I knew it, I was telling him about everything that had happened. He listened calmly and peacefully. I see. So you are another who wishes to seize their own destiny. My head began to throb, reminded me I needed to find an astral fissure. I explained that I had to go to Koriri and thanked the old man for his help with Howard. He nodded. Kilik approached me as I was preparing to leave. Hello, Cyprian. Master told me to help you prepare for the treacherous mountain roads ahead. We hadn't known each other long, but I felt a connection to Kilik. I have a feeling our paths will cross again. When we do, I hope we can have a rematch. Kilik saw me off, and I began my journey to Kroarania. Nice. Acquired a new item. Seriously, how long is Chapter 2? The cart I happened across was stacked high with weapons. The gigantic man at its helm, however, appeared loath to share and demanded something from me. He has high health but receives much more damage from low attacks. Defeat them. Only winning would be that easy, though. On the way to Corenia, I came across a wagon packed full of weapons. Likely an arms merchant. I mused over where the cart was heading, when suddenly the cart shuddered to a stop. The cart shook as a huge man stepped down. He was as big as a boulder. You hold strong weapon. I am Ruslan. Strong weapon is for strong person only. You look weak. Boss should have weapon. He came at me, swinging his giant axe. It was clear there was no reasoning with him, so I hurriedly drew my weapon. And probably this will end after, like, what, chapter 3 after this? Yeah, I gotta see this through to the end. I'm gonna have to grind.
Battle 1. Fight!
Yeah, he's running the Astaroth style. That was too close.
Battle 2. Fight!
Wait, why isn't my ground attacks work? Oh, that didn't work. But at least this did. The fight ended when his gigantic body struck the cart, causing an avalanche of weapons to fall on top of it and pin him to the ground. Cannot move. Some of the weapons looked like they would come in handy on my journey. Please don't try the same thing again, please. You are strong, but boss is stronger. Strength all that matters. Who cares what weak little you want? You keep your weapon for now, but I know your smell. Next time I take weapon. Sure, dude, whatever you say. I still kick your butt anyway, so what does it matter? Corenia was near. I would likely arrive before sundown. Two people appeared seemingly out of thin air. They were all in black like the man in Yanguang. Hey there, easy now. We have a message for you. Sir Groh is waiting for you in Corenia. Groh? Was that the man in black's name?
Dion, I am still not sure it is wise to trust him.
Fret not, Natalie. Remember that Aswell is no doubt nearby.
Which means we are needed back at base.
Exactly. It would be difficult for us to assist Sir Groh in battle. The best thing we can do right now is stand aside. You there, head of the Astral Fissure. Our message is delivered, so we take our leave of you. With that, they both simply vanished. Something was happening, that was for sure, and it sounded like time was of the essence. Thinking back, the Astral Fissure in Yanguang had disappeared quite suddenly. Which means that something's amiss. And now we're about to find out. messengers were telling the truth. When I arrived in the fissure, the man in black, Groh, was waiting for me. But he wasn't alone. The astral fissure floated in the air above the weathered ruin. It cast an ominous light, distorted ever so slightly by the scorching heat of the desert. As I thrust both of my arms into the astral fissure, a stream of power surged through me. Well, now this is a sight to behold. The man in black appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Answer me, why do you seek the power of the astral fissure? I'll tell you my reason. I quickly described what had happened to me and told him I would die without the power of the astral fissures. Much of your story rings false, but some of what you say does match our info. I shall give you the benefit of the doubt. Next time we meet, I will have answers from you, but I have more pressing matters to attend to now. As well, he will no doubt appear soon. If what you say is true, he is your enemy too. He fell silent. Who was this Aswell? The qualifiers had mentioned the name, too. I waited with Groh, a feeling of unease gripped my chest. Blessed be, the astral fissures actually disappeared. Aswell. Why, if it isn't my darling Groh, how on earth have you been? I came to retrieve the spirit sword fragment from your filthy hands and make you pay for your crimes with your life. I expect nothing less of the Owl organization's top dog. Such mindless loyalty. You simply wouldn't be you without it, Oh, have you been making friends, Groh? I thought my memory was second to none, but I failed to recall seeing this character while I was still with the organization. Well, color me befuddled. You're an odd one, aren't you? Why on earth would you be here if you aren't with the organization? No, don't tell me. Let me guess for myself. Yes, I see. In the blink of an eye, his expression and manner went from mockingly ostentatious to contemplative, his tone sharp and serious. You must be the one who took care of the astral fissure that was here, correct? Oh, happy days. To think I meet someone like you, and I got to see my little Groh, too. Wonderbar! Well, hello there. You were involved in everything that happened in India, correct? Fascinating. You exude the same aura as an astral fissure. Oh, I see. Oh, how intriguing. Such an interesting specimen. It's clear why my darling Groh here would be smitten with you. Well, it appears the stage is set for you and I to put on a wondrous performance. Fight over astral fissures. Such a dramatic setting, I can barely contain my excitement. I simply cannot wait to meet you again. Adieu. You will not escape. Groh moved to pursue Aswell, but the strange man's minion stood in his path. This is just a little gift from me to you, my darling Groh. Doesn't it just bring back memories of your little friend, Curtis? You jerk. These inconsequential creatures are merely failed experiments, but they pose quite the threat in a group, don't they? Oh, how scary. But please save your glares for someone who cares. You think I feel no pain? I feel for them, I do, but they were a necessary step on the path to humanity's salvation. Ah, such tragedy, I can hardly bear it. Anyhow, while I do enjoy our conversations, every moment I must endure these wretches' company pains me to no end. On Aswell's command, the Malfestus soldiers attacked. And they attacked without warning and without mercy. Why is this one having terror style? Guess I'll have to beat him down the old-fashioned way. Right. This one's running Yoshimitsu. And that's that. Sorry, these guys ain't even worth the trouble. Nice, we get a lot of experience from this. Very good. That's like, dang, 3 levels. Nice. And I think this pretty much completes Chapter 2. By the time we had dispatched the soldiers, Aswell was nowhere in sight. I believe we're done here. He was a formidable warrior. Likely he could have handled all those enemies alone. What about Dion and Natalie? They are dedicated members of our organization and my subordinates. After everything that happened, he seemed a little more open to questions. I asked him to tell me more about his group. The Aval's organization's purpose is to destroy those who have lost their humanity. Outsiders. I am still unsure whether or not you are one of them. You have absorbed astral fissures, so normally I would not hesitate to dispose of them. But let us make a deal. Judging by your movements up to this point, you do not know where the astral fissures will appear, correct? We can provide you with that information. In return, you work with us to take care of the fissures. Know that your answer here will help me decide whether or not you are an outsider who must be destroyed. What say? I believe it to be an attractive offer. He was spot on when he told me that it would appear in Corania. Such information would be very useful to me. At the moment, I had no way of knowing where to head next. After some consideration, I took up on his offer. Your power will help us achieve our goal. However, if I detect any sign of treachery, I will cut you down where you stand. First, we must depart the desert. Once that has been accomplished, I will tell you where to find the next astral fissure. Didn't need to tell me that twice. The Ascended Warrior. On Groh's orders, we made our way through the desert, where once again the 2 qualifiers appear. This time, however, Valtro has changed considerably. Oh dear. This is gonna be a scripted fight, I tell you. This wind does not bode us well. Pick up the pace. Hey, your breathing is ragged. Can you continue? I'll be honest. I thought so, and it seems they did too. Enemies are approaching. Ready yourself. It has been a long time, Groh. So you still haven't washed your hands of that pathetic little group of yours? What a fool. You don't know beauty when you see it. If you still insist on opposing Lord Aswell, I will have to strip your flesh from your bones here and now. Try it. The ones who cannot escape death are traitors, like Aswell and you. Always barking, aren't you? Come, Valtro. Show them the results of the experiments.
Shut your mouth. Don't give me orders. I'll use the power Lord Aswell gave it to me to crush you.
Now we gotta deal with a crazy person. Ain't that a beaut? Oh boy, we gotta hit him by a certain amount. How's that gonna work? And he's running a Cervantes style. No, you weren't gonna break that. Oh, this is gonna stink. May the best warrior win. And I lost.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
At least I got the trophy, so that's good enough. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to resort to unfairness. Yup. Yeah, you didn't think so, right? Yeah, keep going.
Good.
And that did it. So I only had to cut his health by half? It took me 5 tries.
You cannot hurt me.
Valtro was a large man, but the strength and stamina he showed now was unnatural. Now you know the power of an ascended warrior. This is the fruit of Lord Aswell's research. Lord Aswell told me about his experiments on you, Groh. He said you were a great help to him. Lord Aswell spoke highly of you. You were the first subject infected with malfestation to be able to retain their sense of self after all. I see. Now, Valtro, unleash your full power. Repair your debt to Lord Aswell. I would love it if you use your power too, Groh. I'm thrilled at the prospect of observing how our older experiments measure up against our latest masterpiece. Ah, this mission truly is a thing of beauty.
Lord Aswell chose me. I have surpassed the human race. When I finally passed the test, he smiled. He gave me his love. I'll crush you with the power Lord Aswell gave me.
Valtro charged us with unbelievable speed. Instinctively, I closed my eyes and braced for impact.
Huh?
There was a dull thud, and Valtro cried out in confusion and dismay. I opened my eyes to see Groh blocking Valtro with only his left arm. Surpass the human race. Is that what Aswell said? Groh's voice was dripping with murderous intent, and the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. His left eye was glowing with a malicious blood-red light. Very well. You wish to know what it is like to surpass the human race? Then know this, outsider.
Rah!
In a flash, he fell to the ground, spurting blood. Deliver this message to Aswell for me. Perform whatever experiments, create whatever soldiers you like. It doesn't matter. All who stand in my way will die. No, this isn't beautiful at all. Daniel and his allies fled into the swirling winds of the growing sandstorm. Only once they had completely disappeared did Groh relax, and the deadly aura he gave off abate. Wow. And we got a congealed blood garnet. The sandstorm was worse than we'd imagined, so we took cover in some ruins half buried in the sand. I couldn't get what had happened out of my mind and found myself staring at Groh's left arm. If you have something to say, then say it. What about the left arm? This is the power of an outsider. I became infected on my mission when I was injured in a fierce battle against one of them. Aswell treated the wound. Likely he is partially to blame for what has become of me. But know this, I will use every tool at my disposal to carry out my duties, be it this power or you. He was a friend. I killed him. There's nothing else to say. Okay. His experiments were always too risky, too dangerous, even back when he was one of us. After his betrayal, he formed the Qualifiers. They're a group of fanatics who worship the very ground he walks on. Aswell selects the human guinea pigs for his mad experiments from their numbers. Okay, I've heard enough. Very well. We waited for the sandstorm to pass in silence. Though I grew more and more impatient with every wasted moment, Groh sat motionless, his face betraying no emotion. This is nothing compared to the blizzards in my homeland. Even the fearsome Groh had a place he called home. The thought made him seem somehow less threatening and more human. So what happened to the outsider you picked up in Yanguang? I see. I could barely believe that you were serious about carrying a bound outsider to some mountain temple, but I suppose that's what I perceived as foolishness allowed you to save his life. Seemed that the sandstorm had finally died down. Let's go. There's a city not far from here. We will speak about the astral fissure there. the war for the world begins, and thus Chapter 2 comes to an end. Chapter 3, Intermingling Fates. So yeah, we arrive in Kashgar. That's gonna be it for this part of Soulcalibur. We still have a long way to go. Why is that? Simple. Look at it. There's like a lot more we gotta see. I'm gonna take my time to grind so I can get stronger. So next time you see me, I'll be much stronger and much better, and we'll be set for Chapter 3. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and more importantly, click on the bell. Doing all of it helps me out. And I hope you guys can show your support, really, because I'm not getting much love on these videos. It really does suck, but I'm still going to continue to do them because it's my passion and it's something I love doing. I only wish you show your support because, let's be honest, I've been getting very few views and it hurts. But hey, it's life. What can you do? This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out.